welcome to No Movies in Hell. I'm Chris Geiger.
I'm LaClaw Scott, and today we are reviewing Wes Anderson's short films of Roald Dahl's short stories. Recently came out on Netflix. So Poison, The Swan, oh gosh,
Ratcatcher.
Ratcatcher, and the story of Henry Sugar. Did I get that
Yes.
right?
I saw the story of Henry Sugar come up in my Netflix recommended for you section, but I didn't know what it was until you said, "Oh, there's Wes Anderson shorts being released." Benedict Cumberbatch I'm not like a huge fan of his, so when I saw the pop up, I was like, I probably won't watch that. But then when you said, "Oh, these are Wes Anderson, there's shorts," I was okay. So I'm in. Um, and I like them. Overall, I thought they were great. I like the short format. Maybe because
Mm-hmm.
my attention span is more limited now, but I do like that, like concise storytelling. And it ends abruptly sometimes, but that's okay. Like you're not expecting it to come to like this fuller conclusion.
Yep.
Uh, I like it. Yeah. What did you think
Yeah,
about them?
I liked it too. So I think I read somewhere that it was coming, and then I completely forgot. I think the same as you. I was just in Netflix, like, I don't know, watching something. And I saw it on the banner, and I saw Henry Sugar in the banner, and I was like, okay, this is interesting. And then started watching, and I'm like, I really like the format. I like that the characters are telling the story. It's very quick, and and some of the stories are witty, but also they're going through like real-time costume changes, and the I just really liked it, like the vibrancy of kind of like they had a very limited amount of time to put this together. It's very concise. Um, it's it is kind of like the I can see how like Wes Anderson like chose these stories because they're some of them are a little like awkward and weird and um very like anecdotal to certain things that happen at the time. I like seeing Sir Ben Kingsley in a lot of these things where he just kind of is, being, I don't know, kind of weird and awkward. Like I think of Shang Chi, and he's in it, and he's like very like kind of a strange character, and also he's in Ironman 3. But also Ray Fiennes, as well as Dev Patel. I did feel like these shorts were very heavy on men, but that's probably just the nature of the author. But I love the vibrancy of the colors, obviously, and the costuming. Yeah, it's a nice format that I wish maybe this is exploring something new after the latest film, which was good, but definitely enjoyed it and feel like you can definitely have it in on the background as you're like doing stuff for a second and can perpetual watch.
Yeah, definitely. I There were some that I liked better than others. Like I really
Hmm.
liked the Swan, and I really liked Ratcatcher. I think Poison was my least favorite, and Henry Sugar is, I guess, third then. But
Ah,
I
that's
did,
interesting. Yeah, I really like the Swan. It was kind of like sad. I was like, oh man, this is like really depressing. um I did like Henry Sugar. I would say the least one for me would be the Ratcatcher. It was just really strange. And I was like, I don't know where this is gonna go. Why does yeah, it was I liked the storytelling interesting turn of events in terms of style wise. I was like, it's okay.
yeah. Um, I think I liked Ratcatcher the best, or like I guess second best because of the Ben Kingsley, right?
Mm,
He's so great as the Ratcatcher. Um, and this one is very sad, but also like I don't know. I feel like I like the part at the end where he tells you where that story came from. Like
yes.
it was written at this time when the author was, at this doing this in like this town, and he it's based on the character, the people that he met there or whatever. So I did like that snippet at the end of each one. I also just watched the Almodovar short, which are out now, the A Strange Way of Life and The Human Voice. The Human Voice came out in 2020, which I didn't.
Yeah, I saw
I know.
that. They're doing like a double feature.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Because each one's only like a half an hour-ish. So together it's still only an hour. But I, after watching these and after watching those two, I was like, I do really like the short form. Like I don't seek it out, but
Yeah.
maybe I should, and just find out like how much content is available in that short form. Um, yeah. So that's on my list of things to do.
It probably really feels like it forces artists to condense a lot more, and so therefore it's more richer storytelling. And it's like perfect because usually in 30 minutes or so, it's usually like a television show, and you always know that there's going to be some cliffhanger to like what's next. In this case, it's like, you got to wrap it up.
I mean, I would think that it would make it more accessible to
Mhm.
produce, right? Because you're not producing so much content, that potentially filmmakers who maybe don't have bigger budgets are able to produce really strong content within that short format. So we were pretty close.
Yeah,
Um,
I think I definitely rated like the costumes, hair, and makeup a little more. Yeah.
yes.
And
I
I liked it. I was like, you know what? I'm gonna wear red and camel and tan. Like that combo is just amazing. Now, where can I get so where can I get some red pajamas in a tan like overcoat?
Well, red's so hot this season, right? Like you should be able to find red, no problem. And I feel like camel was out there a good amount these days too. So
Yeah.
yeah,
I don't know. It'll be on my like it'll be on my mood board.
I'm sure now that we've said that, like when you open Instagram next time, there'll be like 100 red things that pop up on your feed.
They're listening.
They are. They are. I started looking for waterproof boots the other day, like, and all of a sudden, that's all that's in my feed now.
It's so
Um,
true. It's so weird.
I did like the costumes and the hair and makeup. The only reason I didn't give them a three is because I felt like because they're short stories, they're a
Yeah.
limited number of characters, they're in limited number of costumes, right? So they kind of get one outfit and they wear that the whole time for the most part. So
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah. Fair.
Um, acting, I gave it two. I feel like these are incredible actors, though, and they do a great job within it, but it's such a stilted presentation that I think they're not able
Yes.
to, like, if it were a dramatic movie being presented by a different director, like, they would be able to, like, really expand out. But because they're, like, put in this, like, very strict box of, like, kind of more deadpan,
Yeah.
that they are limited.
Yeah. And it's so like I like the part where they were narrating. However, it did take a little bit when they started to jump back into character um to act through scenes. So yeah, I appreciate the storytelling format over the acting, and that's fine.
Yeah. Awesome.
It's like this was the first time for an Wes Anderson film where the soundtrack actually, maybe Alexander Desplat or um whoever does soundtracks was just like not able to make it, or maybe the budget didn't allow for something that's kind of like a I always feel like there's feel good, like plucky um music just wasn't there.
Yeah. But still 24.5 out of 30 is very good. So much higher than average for both of us.
Yeah.
Do you
The
have
hope
anything?
is that like Sofia Coppola gets this deal. I mean, I feel like when Apple was the on the rocks, and now Priscilla's coming out, which I'm really excited to see, and I'm really sad that I was not able to secure tickets to see at Metrograph. And then the New York Film Festival this, I think yesterday, or I guess this weekend, she's not there, or she won't be there in person for the Q&A session. So
Now, I
that
think I
one.
saw an announcement from the New York Film Festival that they were adding another show of Priscilla.
Ah,
So it must be getting good, but so that's good at least.
yeah. I mean, I hope so. It's in, it's interesting. I think that it's going to piss off a lot of Elvis fans.
Maybe. Yeah. Um, yeah, I'm looking forward to watching it though. That comes out I think it comes out in a couple weeks
Yeah,
here
like
in
early
Cincinnati.
November.
Yeah. But I don't know. I'll be sad if it doesn't come out wide in New
Oh,
York
I'm sure it'll
City.
be wide.
You think? Because I know that sometimes New
Yeah,
York will like get blocked out. Like the AMC's and the Regals will not get certain like independent movies because
yeah,
Angelica and IFC, not IFC, Angelica, yeah, and IFC will have
yeah.
bought the
I
rights
see.
to New York
In
City
like
and
film
they won't
forum.
let them.
Well, I feel like so around the time that it comes out, uh the big box office, I guess, box office film would be Marvel's, but I don't see how, for example, I'm thinking of like Leakin Square, they would have all of their films dedicated to something big box. I can totally see them, pivoting to Oscar movies based off, Oscar, excuse me, bait movies that are just based off of the audience in that area that patron there alone.
Yeah,
Um, so I'm holding hope that like AMC has it.
yeah.
I feel like they would. Um,
I
if
mean, yeah, how could they not? But I have been fooled before. So like thinking, oh, I'll just wait and AMC will have it. And then they don't.
Come on, AMC.
uh, yeah, so Priscilla looks good. And there's a couple other things that are coming out this fall still, or I guess winter now. We're moving into winter. Uh,
Oh,
I know. Well, once October is over, and October is like, I don't know, almost half over
yeah,
at this point.
almost.
By the time I get this edited and up on the site, it'll be half over.
It is all good. I
Yeah.
mean, yeah, it's like I feel like a lot of films got pushed back. Like I really don't. The things that I was excited about, I just don't see available as of yet. And I don't know if it's one of those things where it's a last minute like push pull because the writer strike is over, but the Screen Actors Guild is still on. So it means that like a lot of these actors can't promote their films, which I feel like is a detriment to people who would like to see films because nothing is promoted by the actors. I end up finding out like when I'm looking at social for a movie theater on like Wednesday or Thursday of what's coming next.
Right, right. Yeah. I don't know. I mean, if everyone is reduced to a lowest common denominator of publicity, then just go ahead and release. Like, you know what I mean? Like that you're all on the level
Yeah.
playing field, basically. Delaying is not going to be to your advantage, to anyone's advantage. Or I guess it depends on how long the delay is. But they've got to have other
It's not,
things in the pipeline pushing this stuff.
yeah.
Like, are they going to push that back too? Or are they just going to release it all at the same time? Like, you can't.
Yeah. It makes no sense. Like, yeah, Driveway Dolls, yeah, I was surprised that it got pushed back. Yeah, I don't know. But then it's like you have Martin Scorsese out here and he's like in every social media post, like promoting his film. It's like,
Right.
okay, the actors can't do it, so the director is, which is fantastic. And it already looks good. But he's doing the work. And I feel like a lot of directors could do, I mean, uh, Taika actually is as well for his film that It's coming out, and I forgot the name of it.
Next goal wins.
Yes, Next Goal Wins.
That looks fun.
Yes,
Also, I
I
saw a
like
trailer.
Taika.
Yeah, I do too. I saw a trailer for the Persian version, and that
Oh,
also looks fun. So, yeah. And I think that's coming. I'll have to look at when that's releasing, but I think it's coming out soon, and it looks fun. So,
mhm.
all right. Thank you so much for watching. We will see you next time. Don't forget to like and subscribe.
See you next time.